we're here with Darren Winter at Limestone Coast Trout Farm. How you going, Darren?
All right, Darren, yourself?
Yeah, good, thanks. Yeah, so Darren's going to show us around the property here, around the operation, and he's going to tell us a bit about how it works and what's produced here, and then later on we're going to get stuck into the food and sample the wares. So show us around, Darren.
No worries, come this way.
This is what used to be a wastewater treatment plant when they used to have a processing of crayfish and then fish back 20 years ago. We've utilised it into what's called a RAS, recirculating aquaculture system.
Okay, Darren, so take us through the operation here. What are you doing here?
Well, this is our fish grading machine. The beauty of being land-based is that it's a lot easier to handle fish, and that's the biggest thing is take the labour component out of it. So we've developed our own fish grading machine, and using aeration, and actually pumps the fish up onto a grading bars, and which grading bars are set different widths, and the small fish drop out, the big ones stay on top, and that's how we get our size for different size markets. Very simple, very easy on the fish. Don't stress it too much. They love a slide.
So Darren, tell us how you originally got involved in trout farming here in Millicent, and the general operation of how everything works.
Well, we never actually initially set out to be a trout farmer. We actually, Hank Lewis, business partner, bought the place back in '98, and I met him through work, and just popped down here to have a look, and I was quite impressed with the place, and he invited me to become a half shareholder of the whole place, and all the sheds, the idea of growing fish was quite appealing, so it would be for any bloke, I suppose.
Yeah, that's right. Everyone's throwing fish farm.
Yeah, and we've just evolved from there, and we moved down here 3 years ago to run the farm and the property full time. We lease out sheds. We've got cold store which we lease out to potato growers for their potato seed, and then of course we lease the land out to the turf farm, and we concentrate on growing fish. Yeah.
So tell us about the fish farming side of things, like why trout, and tell us how the operation works from start to finish, when the fish originally come on the farm to when you sell them off.
Okay, we chose trout due to the water temperature and the climate is just ideal for trout, and also they're very hardy fish, suitable for beginning fish farmers themselves, and they're very inexpensive to buy initially in comparison to Australian native fish, where you can pay $1 or more per fingerling. Trout we're paying around under 5 cents, sometimes 2 cents for a fingerling, so we kill a few, we can sort of cope with it.
Well, all these trout are female. This is the reason, this is the name, you get that nice pink colour through them. Now, a lot of people will probably see trout that look a lot lighter. Well, they actually adapt to their conditions, and because we've got this black shade cloth on there, they stay nice and dark on there. We're letting them put in a nice white tank to actually get nice and silver, which is what you see probably the moment in the shot. And a good thing to look for in your fish is obviously nice bright eyes, and nice red gills. You can see the nice little teeth they got on there. They don't actually quite sharp.
Okay. We actually, the eggs come over from Tasmania, and they're all female eggs. They then go to Cape Jaffa, just up from Robe, where Doug Peel hatches them for us, and we then get them back off him as swim up fry. They're around about, they're very small, they've just come off their egg sac. They're around about half a gram to a gram. They go into the fingerling tank, and they stay in there until they're around about 70 grams to 100 grams.
Right.
And that takes anywhere up to 6 to 7 months to get to that size. And then from there, they'll go into the main tank, which they'll double in size about every 4 to 5 weeks.
So we're in the nursery now, Darren. So take us through the nursery. How many fish are in here? Where they come from?
Right. Well, we've got 10,000 fish in each tank. They're around about 100 grams at the moment. They're ready to be transferred into the main tank. They've been in here around 6-7 months, and they'll double in size about every 4 to 5 weeks from now on. So by Christmas time, these guys will be 600 grams ready for sale. So around a year, 18 months old.
Right. And how long from when you get them as fry to when they're ready for harvest?
Okay, there's always the front runners of the fish. They grow a lot faster than everyone else, the more dominant ones. They can be up to size, up to 600 to 700 grams within a year, and then the stragglers take about 2 years. So, and what the beauty of having it like that, you've got fish on market size all year round, because you've only had one chance for your fish to come in, and that's once a year, around about September, October.
Right. Yeah, that's good. And when you get the fish as fried, do you feed them straight onto artificial food, or do you have to give them a live?
No, they eat artificial food from day one. Yeah, trout are very hardy. There's nothing very technical about it compared to a lot of other fish.
Yep.
We have to grow feed and actually train them onto the feed. So
yeah, it's a big advantage.
Yes.
Yeah.